Hi everyone, this is John Corley at Plant-Based Life. Hope you're all having a tremendous day. Now the purpose of this video is to talk about the difference between muscle soreness and pain. So if you're new to exercise, you haven't exercised before, or you haven't done much exercise in the past, or you used to do a lot, you've taken a break, now you're coming back, maybe you had an injury or something, you may find, well you almost certainly will find, after you do a workout or train, you're going to feel muscle soreness. Okay, it's a natural reaction to training. Everybody goes through it, and it's not anything to be alarmed about. But unfortunately, people who aren't familiar with it, they do sometimes think, oh, what is this? It could be something serious. So, look, basically, you'll get a dull ache in your muscles after. You can get like not acute pain, but like just basically a pain that comes in the muscle not too long after, which means you've worked the muscle fibres really hard, and you've basically used the muscle fibres in a way that they're not familiar. Okay, so it's pretty normal to get that. But then there's also DOMS, which is delayed onset of muscle soreness. This comes on within about 24 to 48 hours of exercising, and it can become quite painful. And when you're walking around, you might think, oh, you might feel it in your quads, or wherever you've worked out, your arms, wherever you might think, oh, that doesn't feel right. But it's all normal. Everybody gets it, and it's just a dull ache in the muscles. Makes you feel like you've used them. You can do lots of different sort of trigger point techniques to get in behind the muscles, and use trigger point balls. You can use foam rollers as well, self-myofascial release, to get under, work all the different muscle groups. I'll be posting some videos on all of that very soon as well, so you'll have that information. But it's just wanted to let you know, it's not to be something to be concerned with, especially if you haven't been exercising for a while. Once you start exercising regularly, you don't get it so much anymore, if at all, unless you start doing brand new muscle groups you haven't been exercising, then you may get it a bit again. Okay, but once you're exercising regularly, the muscles are used to it, lactic acid is flowing, and everything's working the way it should, and you won't get that kind of muscle ache. Okay, so now pain is a totally different thing. If you're getting a pain in your joint, or a short, sort of acute sharp pain as you move in muscle or joint, in your back or anywhere like that, that's not subsiding, then that's pain that needs to be seen to. So they're the two key differences. So the ache is like just in the muscle. It's a dull ache, muscle soreness after exercise, pretty normal stuff. Now there are other ways apart from stretching. You can do static stretches. Static stretches isn't as good as the myofascial release, so it's a bit better for some exercises. So you can do static stretches maybe for your hamstrings and different muscle groups. There's lots of different ones you can do. You can incorporate a lot of doing Pilates as well in between your workouts, or even yoga for flexibility. Stretching is very good. Just gentle walking in between workouts is good as well, or have a low intensity exercise. But another thing that people aren't aware of, that in berries like strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, also cherries, they're very high in flavonoids. And flavonoids have been scientifically proven, if you consume these from berries and these types of fruits after a workout, they aid in reducing muscle soreness considerably. So there's my tip. And one other tip as well that a lot of athletes around the world are doing is they're drinking watermelon juice after workouts, which has again been proven scientifically to help with muscle soreness. It contains an amino acid called L-citrulline, which helps with tired muscles and basically easing them. So they're my tips for the day. Self-myofascial release, get your watermelon juice, get your cherries and your berries, do your static stretching, do some walking, but don't get alarmed by it. Muscle soreness is normal, it happens to everybody. Okay, that's my video for today. Peace, movement and plants.